Can't you buy single colors? Does it always... So, a friend of mine told me this a little while ago. There was a kind of, I want to say like a surge almost of this idea of like building your own palette, this whole thing. So I have like a couple colors that I got this way. Like I have like these two colors, I just bought these two colors, right? Or I have like this color, I just bought this one color. And there was a little bit of a surge of like this one, like going to places and just building your own palette, right? Buying only specific colors. And it had a bit of a surge. Like it took off for a little while. And people were like, oh, this is so much better. I don't need to spend money on, you know, I don't need to spend money on all these colors that I'm never gonna use, right? When I can just build my own palette. And that was cool. Like that was chill, right? For a while. But I think what happened was, well, there's a couple reasons it stopped working. Firstly, celebrities or influencers can't really sell you an individual color, right? Like, there's a big difference between like, oh wow, oh hey, like, Selena Gomez just dropped a makeup palette versus like, here's one color, right? So it kind of didn't have the celebrity factor behind it, or like the influencer factor behind it. And the other thing is, and this is maybe the more simple thing, like a lot of people don't know how to build their own fucking palette. Like, it's the same if you play like a video game or anything. Like, if you have pre-made like options, or you can build your own. You have two options, right? You can take the pre-made one, or you can build your own. 90% of people are going to take the pre-made one. Like 95% will just take the pre-made one. Even if they could do better with the build your own option. What would be my influencer color drop? Like if I made a palette, what colors would I do for a palette? If I were to make a palette, what colors would I do? I think having now done makeup for quite, like having, you know, done makeup stuff for quite a while now, I can kind of think of like which colors I use a lot of and which ones I don't use very much of. And I think like, there's a couple things, I have glitter everywhere, hold on. There's a couple things that like I've noticed with makeup over my time doing it. The first is quality is the most important thing. There is one palette I have that I know for a fact when I use it, the makeup fucking stays on. And there's other palettes I have, when I use them, it's like a 50-50 that this makeup will not like smudge off. Like, it's very much, there's very much a quality thing to it. So I think most importantly is quality. But assuming the quality was good, like assuming that whatever palette I decided I wanted to make had good quality, then it sort of depends, because you want a palette that naturally flows into itself. It's like there's an art to creating a good makeup palette, right? Like, I think if people were to build their own palette, can I just paint tool here? Let's say like you're building your own palette and you're like a complete newbie. Okay, can I do like 2D shape or whatever, right? Let's say you're building your own palette, right? And you want to make your own palette here. Okay, can I keep with, what the fuck? Yo, this shit's broken. No wonder they got rid of it. What the hell? No one, bro. What the fuck? No wonder they discontinued this shit. Hold on, let me go back. No, this shit is broken. I'm going back to Pan 2D. I'm going to regular Pan here. No wonder they discontinued this shit. Okay, let's say you have your palette, okay? and you want to do your colors, and you think to yourself, well, obviously you have to have black, right? Can I like have these filled automatically or something? Whatever. Right? Obviously you have to have your black color. That just makes sense. You gotta have black. That was Paint 3D. I like it more personally. I think it looks nicer, but whatever. So you gotta have the black, right? And then you think to yourself, well, you probably want a very neutral, you know, you want like a neutral beige color. This can be any color. I'm just picking this one. But you want to have like a light neutral beige, obviously. And then you want like a more dark neutral beige, right? Like you want to have like neutrals, basically. And you would pick these based on what your skin tone is, obviously, right? Like if you're very pale, you would, you were designing your own palette and you were super pale, you would want to have like, you know, your three color, like your neutral colors. I'm gonna use pink here, even though pink doesn't super, I'm not gonna use pink. I'm just gonna use like an orange or whatever, right? You'd want your neutrals to be pretty neutral, I guess, right? But I think what people would have a tendency to do if they built their own palette out of like, they just picked colors, is they would say like, well, I want a green, right? Obviously I want a green color. And also I kind of want a blue color as well. So let's get blue in here as well, right? Let's get a blue. And, you know, you gotta have purple too, right? I need purple. I need to have a purple. And, oh, of course, red. You have to have red. Obviously, you have to have red. Red's very important. You gotta have a red color, right? And, oh, I don't have a yellow. Let's get a yellow in here. And, and pink. You have to have pink as well. You gotta have pink in here. And, oh, I guess maybe we'll do dark blue. We'll do dark blue. And, oh, we should get gray. We should get gray. I should get gray as well as black. Gray and black. Let's do gray and black. Right? And you end up with this palette that, like, you know, like, it's fine, you know? Like, these are, like, some of these colors are okay. Right? Like, none of these colors are particularly terrible, but you might end up with some shit like this. And the thing with an actual good palette is, a good palette considers, if you're creating a makeup look, which colors flow together in a pretty, like, consistent way. Because the reality is, like, none of these colors fucking match. Like, that's the reality. Like, you can't really, like, maybe you compare the orange and yellow. Like, maybe you compare these three. Can I get, like, this in a back? Maybe you can do these three, right? And that's fine. Maybe you could even throw in the brown as well. You could do these four. Maybe you could do these five. But, like, it's kind of hard to match a lot of these colors. Like, they just don't really match. So, what I think you're more so looking for from a palette is you're looking for, these are still the baseline. You're always going to have, like, your neutrals and your black. You're always going to have those. But then what you're probably going to have is, like, for a good palette, is, let's say this is, like, we'll call this, like, the cool, like, this is, like, the snowy winter palette, okay? Where you're going to have this color. You're going to have, is that the same fucking color? That's the same color. Okay, one sec. You're going to have this color. You're going to have this color. You're gonna have this color. You're gonna have, I can't really show white here because it's hard to show, like, because it's a white background, but just pretend this is white for now. You're gonna have this color, right? And you're gonna have, and like you're gonna have like all of these. And now you can create like cool wintry looks. You can create cool blue looks, but you can't really create anything else. But that's okay. That's fine. All you can really make with this are cold blue looks. But when you go to make a cold blue look, you can make any blue look that you want, right? You can make, we'll throw a purple in here, right? If you do this palette well, you can make any blue or any kind of blue shaded look you want to make with this one palette. So I think that's a better way to do it. Or you'll get stuff like this. This is something I see sometimes as well with cool palettes, is they'll only have like 4 to 8 colors, but they'll be like, it's really hard to demonstrate this just with a drawing, but like you'll have like a, I think the best way I can demonstrate this is by just dividing the thing in half. You'll have like a green gold, firstly, okay? As one of the colors. And then you'll have like a, and then you'll have a like kind of interesting like shiny red color as another color. And then for the next one, you'll have like a you'll have like another kind of I don't know a better way. I mean, you can just use, I think there's like teal as a color or whatever, but I'm just gonna do it this way, okay? And then you'll have like almost like a green blue color, right? And then you'll have I don't really know for sure how to do this in a different way, right? But you'll have like a I'm just gonna do this, okay? Oh, I know a better way to do this one. Hold on. Let me get where the fuck's the airbrush, okay? You'll have like a glittery brown, okay? And shit like this. And this will be the palette. And the reason that this will be the palette is because you can kind of flow these very interesting colors in like interesting ways. So if we look at the reference image I'm looking at, which obviously my eyeshadow doesn't look nearly as good as hers does because I don't have this color. But you can see that this is almost like this green color, you can see here, is like a greeny gold. It's a very interesting color. It's like a very green gold color that like you could only get on one palette. Like you're never gonna get like a green gold. You're not just gonna find it lying around, I guess, is the idea. So I think that's like another way to do it. So if I did a palette, I would probably just focus on oranges and stuff like that, I think, because one thing that I've discovered doing makeup is that like cool colors are cool, you know? Like blue is a cool color. Blue is a very cool color, but you can't just put blue with any other color. It just doesn't, you can't do it. However, let's take, and this is something you'll notice if you do photography, right? If you do any kind of photography, some colors go with everything and some colors go with nothing, right? Orange is a color that goes with everything. Orange goes with everything. It's so easy. Look at this. This is like a green gold, like goldy colors, green or orangey colors. This, you can just put this orangey brown anywhere. You can put it anywhere. It looks fine. I even had, one time I did this eyeshadow look that was like purple green. If you remember, I did like a half purple, half green eyeshadow look. I did that a long time ago. But what I did with that purple green eyeshadow was I literally outlined it in like orange brown. So like purple and green, nothing to do with the color orange, but I used an orangey brown color with it and it looked really good, right? So orangey browns go really nicely with everything. Then gold looks good with everything. Black, obviously, I think black is just great, you know? Black goes with everything. Red is a really good color. because rad goes with nothing. How do I word it? Rad is like in clothing. I think people know this. I guess people know this. If you like if you wear clothes, which I think 90% of people in chat do. I hope, okay? Is that you don't want to have a full rad outfit, but if you have one item that is rad, one thing that is rad, that is like it just pops. Like it just fucking pops, right? So I think having like one rad thing is cool. Yeah, exactly. It grabs all the attention, but that makes it a really good highlighting color. Like that makes it a great color. Or not highlighting, like a great, I don't know the word for it, but that makes it a really good color to use sometimes. Like very sparingly. So I would probably put like a red in there as well as orange and orangey browns, warm toned browns, oranges. And then I think what I would do if I were to do my own palette is I would put a couple of colors that are like, I'm just putting these in for fun, you know? Like, I'm putting 90% of these colors on this to look good, but these last few colors are just to be like, these look fucking crazy, right? And the colors I would choose for that would probably be like, I would choose like electric fucking blue. I think electric blue is a sick ass color and you can't find it on any palettes, and I think that's really annoying. So, one second. So I would do that. I would put like an electric blue. Blue also goes really nicely with orange, so that's cool. Hello. Ooh. Okay, now we did it. Good job, everyone. That's the full makeup, I think. Does it look good? I think it looks pretty good. I think the eyes look pretty good.